Hi, welcome back to my channel. It's my rainbow room, rainbows everywhere. They're above you, they're below you, you're sitting on one. You're around one at all times. And yes, there's a double entendre there. There's loads of different kinds of people, and sometimes you're sitting right next to one who you don't even realize might be really cool. Just talk to them. You never know. Anyway, um, yesterday I was talking to you, actually 2 days ago, I think. I had a really bad allergy day. Oh my God. Um, but yeah, I was talking to you about my military experiences, the processing, all of that. And I thought, there's an awful lot of experiences that I've had that I would love to share with someone because they were fun and they were interesting. So yeah, I kept thinking about it, and I've come up with a few more that I could just share with you, and I think you'd really enjoy, honestly. Now, my cat, I think she thinks of herself as some sort of like a Cirque du Soleil acrobat, and it's not really like that for her. And yeah, so I'm kind of keeping an eye on her because I'm expecting her to kind of fall. Yeah. But then she does that thing where she's like, "Oh, I'm fine. No, I meant to do that. Really, I look fabulous. You know how cats are." Anyway, um, okay. So Staff Sergeant Green, right? Uh, one day we were standing in line for the chow hall, and in front of me, I hear him make a sound that I've really never heard before. And it was kind of like a sound of just pure exasperation. You could kind of imagine this guy in the back going, God, serious. What the hell? But you're only allowed to be so dramatic, and you have to keep up your persona that you are a badass and that you yell at everybody with purpose and intention. Not denying that. But yeah. And he looks over and then he peers back, and I'm trying really hard not to look. I'm curious, but I'm not going to be a part of this. No. But anyway, the next thing I know is I hear him say, Airman, did you realize that your boots are on the wrong feet? Really? I mean, I had stress when I was in basic training. I was extremely nervous most of the time, and I really honestly was winging it. Just trying to be as unobtrusive, as unknown, and, just do the best I could when things were required of me. This person obviously didn't have any of that because their anxiety had gone past that point where, their mind was telling them that everything was fine. And they put their shoes on the wrong feet, which, isn't exactly what you want to be doing, especially in basic training. You really don't want to be doing that in combat because, well, Oh, wait, no, this is the American military. Women don't go to combat. I forgot about that. I'm not bitter. Not at all. I just feel like if you can and you're able to and you can pass the test, you should be able to do it. It's just fair. And if you take the test and you're unable to do it, no shame. You know, it's the only thing that's really fair. But then again, yeah, that's the military I still know. And we'll see how it progresses in the future because there are plenty of examples of female combat soldiers that do really well, So I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I mean, equality for the sexes, equality according to their skills, according to their physical ability, according to their mental acuity. These things are what I would measure against. It has nothing to do with, gender. If that makes sense. Hopefully you guys follow that. Because, some people are just so dead set in the way it's supposed to be. And I'm like, dude, do you know what happens to things that refuse to bend and sway as things change? Over time, they calcify, they crack, and they crumble. Or they just become extremely rock hard and, yeah, they just look weird. And nobody understands how it's supposed to be rock hard like that. Kind of like, the wood that you could get out in, what was it? The Grand Canyon. Petrified wood. It feels like a rock. It's really cool, but that's what I'm talking about. So yeah, Staff Sergeant Green does that, looking at that girl's feet, and I couldn't believe it. So I don't know what happened with her. They both disappeared, but we did see her come back. So I'm presuming either she had some sort of help lessons. I'm not sure, but she was a character, and she was extremely nervous all the time. I mean, I felt for her, but I don't know. Maybe she had a learning disability, because I know I do. I know a lot of people do. One of the things she was really bad at was marching, and myself and a few other airmen, when everybody was sleeping, we were in the bathroom, and you have to picture the bathroom is rather large, and there is room for you to practice marching, at least a few steps both ways. It's kind of nice. So we're in there, and we're all, one at a time, very slowly showing her how to march properly. Because when you're marching, your arms are at your sides, your fists, your palms are in against your thighs. That's the usual way of marching, right? And your top is different from your feet. So, when your left hand goes forward, your right foot goes back, and vice versa. Well, normally your hands are supposed to be up against your thighs like this. Hers were open and out like this, out to her sides, and she was just marching I can't, literally, it was out to the side, palms open. She looked like she was practicing, I'm not certain, a certain sort of runway. I'm not sure. But, occasionally you would hear the TIs in the background going, "Oh, look, it's Supermodel." Oh, Lord. I felt bad. I did. I mean, she was like a walking target because she kept messing up. And I wasn't perfect either. Please don't think that at all. Oh my God. I was not perfect. But I wanted to try and make her life better. And so we spent a good couple hours in the bathroom with about 4 or 5 of us just, showing her. And she started to get it. And she was doing the actual marching, and it was like being a proud parent in a way. You get it, in a very small way. It's like, oh look, I taught them that. Oh, And so by the time we decided to go to bed, it really felt like she had it in hand. So, we were all like, okay, good, right, fine. Going to bed now. You don't get to sleep very long, which is fine. And then the morning activities happened. And of course, the flight has to get together. They have to march out onto the parade grounds. And, we did. And then they called out her row in the flight. And there she goes, marching like a supermodel. And I couldn't believe my eyes. I'm sitting there going, please tell me I'm wrong. Please don't do this to yourself. Honey, we were up all night teaching you how to march. Why are you doing this? But no, she got washed back. She was one of the only people in my flight, I believe, that got washed back. And that just means you go back like a week or two, depending. And if you're really bad, you'll go all the way back to the beginning. And believe me, you don't want that. You really don't want that. The notoriety is terrible, and it's not good. So yeah. Let's see. Did she do anything else that was bad? Yeah. Yeah. RTI had been talking about how sometimes what was it, the security police, how they would sometimes go out and guard planes, or they would guard cars, or just the various things they did for jobs. Anytime you wanted to know about your chosen field, if he knew, he would tell you. Gaia, Ah, she must be sleeping. But, oh, could I have an energy drink, please? Thank you. My throat is very dry. And it hurts. And I can edit this out if I need to. I know how to do it now. But, Uncle, thank you. Well, this is the last time that we had gone out onto the parade grounds to do our morning exercises, and she had, like usual, gotten into trouble. So our TI had said, okay, go off over there, and when I tell you to stop, stop. So she did. Now I want you to stand there at attention and think about what you've done. Or no, I think it was parade rest. And he walked off. Expecting, like most people, I think, that when everybody got called and he says, okay, it's time to go, everyone, that she would just go with us. Well, she didn't. And it was heading towards lunchtime, and she wasn't there, and we're looking around the dorm, and our TI, he's just looking around going, where is Airman, I'm just gonna say Jones, okay? And couldn't find her. And then I happened to look at him, and I caught this expression on his face, and he puts his hand, like his face in his hand, like he just had this weird revelation, and he's like, shh, no way. This would be me going, oh, surely not, right? No. So he walked off, left the dorm, and we were kind of perplexed, but I didn't care because I had other stuff to do, so I just did what I needed to do. And after about 15 minutes, he came back, and there was Airman Jones. And we were all like, okay. Well, come to find out later, she hadn't left the parade grounds and had been there all day where he left her. Yeah. Okay. I think it was a good idea, and I think she really could use someone to talk to. Just to find out what the problem is. Whether it's, knowledge retention or what, I'm not sure. But something was not quite lining up with her, and she kept making all these mistakes, and I was, we were all trying to help her, but in the end, if you have that many problems, camaraderie and like working with someone to help them may not be enough, so yeah. I have one final one for you guys, which I thought was really funny. Has nothing to do with her, but okay, here goes. Hang on. All right. One time I was in the chow hall, and I'm standing in the chow hall line, and when you're in the chow hall line, you're just eyes forward, or you can look down at your tray. That's it. You don't make eye contact with anybody. Nobody. If you make eye contact with the people that are behind the thing, they're just going to give you a blank stare. You can't interact with them. And you're going to get your options. But, options, really, when there are TIs standing around, anybody that thinks that they're going to be like, I'd rather not have my eggs scrambled. Is there any way I could have them over easy, or no? But I don't like this. Well, you're going to eat it anyway. It's on your plate. That's basically what you're stuck with in basic. You gotta. But another thing is that if a TI is berating or training an airman, and it's not you, you act like you don't exist. You're like a dust speck on the wall. You you look at things and a little differently, and that's all you get. Because if you try to react to something, they'll just pull you into their mess, and then all of a sudden you'll be the target. And so there's this female TI, and she's really quite cool looking, and she's a cool person, you know. But she was kind of I don't know what it is. I think the female TIs tend to be more mean and more aggressive because they maybe I'm not sure what it is. It's just something about it, but she was definitely more aggressive, right? And she starts speaking to this airman, and he says, "Sir, airman." Yeah, he called her sir. That's like one of the biggest faux pas ever in basic. You do not call a female TI sir. But she didn't miss a beat. She was freaking hilarious. She points to her breast, and then she points to her, nether region, and she's like, "What? Did these fall down there?" No hint of laughter. I'm right next to him. It was probably the funniest thing I had heard all month. And I was trying very, very hard not to react to that. Now, you try to imagine being in that position and not laughing. It was so hard. But you know what? It's just one experience among many. Anyway, I'm going to cut this short. I wanted to say thank you very much for my new subscriber. I see you. And yeah, if you like what I'm doing, please subscribe a little bit more. I'm suffering from hay fever, so it's been a little bit uncomfortable lately. So if I have not been putting out as much, that's why. But please don't think I'm just quitting. I'm not, I promise. And yeah, looking forward to talking to you guys more. Enjoy. Love you.